G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 18 of our Sevilla Rebuild here on Dylan on the Ball. Today we are taking on PSV in the Champions League where we've had an absolute nightmare run. We have been absolutely trash. Like, I was about to swear and say something much harsher than trash, but it hasn't gone well. You can see on your screen we're in 23rd on the Champions League table, so yeah, it hasn't been an ideal run. Before we get into what has happened since you were last here, make sure you do please leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, how you think we can fix our Champions League nightmare, our Champions League woes, everything that's going wrong in the Champions League. Tell me how to fix it, please. The first thing I want to cover since you were last here is an outgoing. Previously would have been a major outgoing, but at this stage I don't really care about it. So I've really dressed it up there. That player is Yassine Bounou, someone who had turned into our backup goalkeeper. I don't think if you look at his career stats, he doesn't even have stats for Sevilla for this season because he hadn't played at all. Of course, naturally, he got a bit pissed, wasn't loving life. So he's gone out on loan. I managed to reject all offers from Spanish clubs so that it doesn't affect our league position at all, because I don't want him to end up putting, someone above us. I don't know who it would be, but I don't want it to happen, is the thing. So he's gone to Rennes, he's on loan for half a season, and then guess what? His contract expires. So he will be going at the end of the season. You've seen the last of Yassine. What? It sounded like I said the same thing twice. You've seen the last of Mr. Bounou, and this fella, Iñaki Peña, will be back next season to be our backup goalkeeper. You can see, he doesn't show his stats for some reason, but when you go to his career stats, it shows that he's played 19 games with 10 clean sheets, which is amazing. I do just want to look at Celtics. I'm curious to see, do they not have a manager? Oh, Ange Postecoglou is an icon. Ange Postecoglou is managing Bayer Leverkusen. What a weird world we're living in. I'm into it. I'm not opposed. I'm a huge fan. See here, where it says Brisbane Roar between 2009 and 12. He won us 2 grand finals in that time, and I was at both of those games. I was there, we beat, I think in the second one it was either Perth Glory or Western Sydney Wanderers, I can't remember, but I was there I had a really good seat, I was right down the front, and I remember seeing him go towards where the active supporting bay is and take off his tie and throw it into the crowd. And at that moment I was like, alright, well he's buggering off. And he did. He went down south to Melbourne Victory because he's an absolute prick. But in all seriousness, I'm super happy with how he's going. I'm so happy to see an Australian coach doing so well overseas. He's having an absolute sensational time at Celtic. He had a great time in Japan as well. I want the world for this little fella, this guy right here. What a human. Anyway, well off track. Where was I? We were looking at Iñaki Peña. That's right. Sorry. I've gone well off track. He'll be on our backup next season. You can see on his contract page, he's got, another 2 seasons on his contract, so he'll be our backup for the next couple of years at least, behind Dennis Simon. It is the 27th of January, so we are most of the way through the transfer window. Nothing has really happened. The only thing that's happened is we rejected an offer for Malero because, well, why would I get rid of this fella? Look how absolutely insane he is. It says he's worth 32 to 44 million. He's still wanted by Berlin, even though we rejected the transfer offer. He's averaging 7.36 in the league, and if you go to his contract details, he has a release clause of 120 million. So I think I'm going to sit out for that, wait out for that. Yet to make an appearance to Spain, but it looks like it. Looking at his skills, it doesn't feel like it's too far away. Quick little detour now though. I will catch you up on what has happened since you were last here, which was this game here against Valencia. At that point, you can see in the run of fixtures, it had been ages since we had Callum Wendo score. He was on 4 goals at this point, I think 4, 1, 2, 3? Oh, I'm confused now. Anyway, he was on 3 goals apparently at that point. What? Anyway, I'm sure it said he was on 4. He's now up to 16, I think. He's got, 16 goals in the league. So since that last video, oh man, it jumps every time. So since that last game here against Valencia, he scored 13 goals. So 13 goals, I think, since you were last here. He's got 2 here against Villarreal, 2 against Atalanta Arena. Absolute humdinger of a game. They were up, I think it was 4-1 at half time, or might have even been 5-1. 5-1 at half time. We grabbed 2 back in the second half. Absolute insanity. He then scored again against Cadiz here. You can see as we go down, he's got another couple here, grabbed himself a 115th minute equaliser after Sheraton Door had equalised in injury time in the Super Cup final. We unfortunately lost on penalties. You can see the rundown here. It was actually a super tight affair. Like, you can see Karim Benzema only got the lead for Real Madrid in the 85th minute. We then went absolute guns blazing, balls to the wall, got an equaliser through Sheraton Door, then straight into extra time, John Stones gets one. We get a red card, and then Callum Wenner gets put through, and we managed to take it to penalties. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done, and a Real Madrid side boasting Declan Rice, John Stones, and Jack Grealish, I think. Yeah. That's right. They've just bought Michael Elise. Like, literally, yeah, he's played 2 games for them. They've just bought him. There's also been other crazy transfers this January transfer window. Like, Michael Elise, one, looks very good, which not surprising, but he looks very good. The other transfers this window, Giovanni Reina, 23-year-old American, who does look very, very good, has gone to PSG. Where does it say the transfer fee? £106 million. So he has finally left Dortmund after 6 good seasons or something. He's gone to PSG, you absolute crook. That's the worst outcome, but I guess you can probably guess why it's happened. The other big transfer this window so far that I noticed is Josko Gvardiol, and can I just say, oh my days, look at this man. He is absolutely insane. He's gone to Manchester City. I think they paid like 96 million or something for him. Well, it says 80 there, but I'm sure they were add-ons or something. He looks just absolutely unreal. He's great stamina, great pace, great fitness, great strength, determined, good concentration, good bravery, anticipation, tackling. He's got good long throws and everything. How is he this good? Oh my god. He's made 2 appearances for them, got himself a nice little 7.05. How has he been playing for Leipzig? This is a tangent, but just look at that. Bloody hell, he is good. Going back to our form since you were last here, so the last video was this Valencia game here. We've then been much better in the league, and we are looking very good in the league. Not the best, but very, very good. Champions League, however, if we filter it by the Champions League results, yep, we've won 2 out of 7. The 2 teams that I said might be the toughest tests for us, Atalanta and Leipzig, well, they both beat us. Atalanta, as I just covered, they had put 5 past us by halftime. Leipzig, it was a more close run affair, if I remember correctly. They did score a couple of early goals, but I think we actually played better than them the entirety of the game, as was the case with Wolfsburg, who they scored right at the start of the game. Rutte had a very big game. He ended up, getting a groin strain. He looks decent. I should probably maybe end up having a look at him if Tell or Callum Wendo want to end up leaving. They scored right at the start through Rutte. He had a yellow card in the first minute, a goal in the first minute, and then he got taken off injured in like the 20th or something. So he was having he wanted to check all the boxes. He wanted to get a bit of everything except an assist or a red card. Callum Wendo then got us a nice equaliser in the 89th minute, which, hooray, we got an equaliser. It is looking like this though. We are 23rd. 23rd. It's like, I can't even dress it up as being positive in any way. Like, I can't. We've just been absolute garbage. I don't like the format. I want it to go back to the normal group stage format. It's really weird to see teams like Juventus, Napoli, who have been brilliant all the way down here, Dortmund, Leipzig, PSG, Chelsea, Inter, Barca, Real Madrid, all not in there, not in the top 8. I understand there's like a, qualifying knockout or whatever the heck it is, but this is garbage. What's this? What's happening? Where's Leverkusen? Where's Ange Postecoglou? That's who I really care about. That's what this whole save has actually been about. Seeing how great Ange Postecoglou is. I know I've really dressed it up well in not mentioning him for 18 videos, but, thanks for coming along for the ride. As for other competitions, because I don't want to talk about this one anymore, in the league, we are second behind Real Madrid. We are the closest competitors. However, they're yet to lose. They are yet to lose. They did this in the first season, if you have been following the series along. So the first season of this Sevilla save game, they ended up undefeated, winning the league like by ages, I think. If we go all the way back to the first season, they were undefeated, 100 points, won it by 24 points. So it seems like we're on par for, something similar. We then won on 93 points, which is amazing. I don't think I even really paid attention to how great we were there. We went down to 85 points, and now, most recent, the current season, we're the closest competitors in terms of points. Form, ours has been better, so I mean, if we go to the form table, yes, get in, we are top of the form table. That's what you really want, really, I guess. We will have to, hope and pray that other teams do a bit of the business against Real Madrid in other matches. I think we've played them in the league, but haven't played them for a second time yet. Go first division here. We haven't played them for a second time. Yeah, we played them again here in March. We played them earlier on in the season. We lost 2-1. Hate to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see Declan Rice absolutely killing the game, but at the end of the day, look, finishing second to a great Real Madrid team wouldn't be any poor feat by any means. As for the cup competitions, we are through to the fourth round against Zaragoza. Nothing special. I mean, if we close out, Matthijs Tel got his first hat-trick for the club, including a 94th minute penalty where it was that thing where it lets you, if you have a player who scored 2, they'll take the penalty to get their hat-trick. He's up to 10 goals. You can see he's really been used more off the bench, but I'm more than happy with him having 10 goals already this season. Looking absolutely fantastic, great physically, very good across the board technically, and then his mentals aren't looking too bad either. If we look at the squad as a whole, it really has been, it's sort of been a down season, I think, when you look at the average ratings. It haven't been great. We've had players complaining. We've had, I think it was Jorge Cuenca. Yeah, I promised to give him a good run in the team. And look, he's getting there. He's almost equal with those around him there. Thomas Delaney, not playing much. He was at one stage unhappy. It doesn't say he is now, but his contract is expiring this summer, so we will end up replacing him. I'm not sure who with or what to, try and target or anything, but he will be leaving us at the end of the season. We also had, you may remember, Sherdur was unhappy with us because we didn't include him in our Champions League squad. Well, I guess he's probably happy about that now because we've been awful, and look, he's been given some goes. I mean, we've played him off the bench 9 times in the league. He's played 12 times all up, got himself a goal and 2 assists. So, look, it's not going too badly for him. He doesn't look awful. He could do with some growth. Not height-wise, because he's absolutely massive. But, he could do with some progression, and maybe it'd be worth going to a second division team and getting a bit of time. Which does remind me, we should check in on our future superstar. I'm dead set. I know he's going to be a superstar. Out on loan, Mr. Where are we? Got plenty of players out on loan, as you see here. It is Matty Elachortu. I can't remember how to say it, but Matty. He's going down in a bunch of things. Heck yeah. He's played a bunch of football in the second tier. He's played 19 appearances already in the league, averaging a 7.2, rather. Only the 2 goals and 2 assists, which is a bit dodgy. Can I look at his form? Does it tell me, what position is he playing? Yeah, he's playing as no, that's not for me. For Granada. There we go. All right, he's playing off the left wing, playing a lot of inside forward inverted winger stuff, which is fine by me. It's close enough, Would like to see him be, a bit more consistently above the 7 mark, but look, he's what, 18 still? He's 18 and he's worth almost £40 million, so I'm pretty happy with him. Other players that are performing well, Jose Sesma, it says he's unhappy because I promised him I would let him go on a loan if he signed a new contract. And then I said no to the first offer because it was for 0. They weren't contributing to his wage or anything. And I think they were had offered him a fringe player role. So I've then put him up. They're paying, almost all of his wage. I think he's where does it say? Don't know if it says, where does it say how much he should be playing? He should be a regular starter. Paying enough of his wage for me to be happy, and why are you unhappy, Jose Sesman nut prick? Back to the first team though. If we look at the goals tally, it is of course Calimundo up top with 16 goals, then Tel with 10, also 10 Malero, which I think is his best season. Last season, he averaged 9. Got 9, so and 6, 7, best season of his career. 10 goals, 5 assists in all competitions. And we're only halfway through the season. He's absolutely unreal. 7 for Campos. The rest of them have not been as stellar. Oscar is starting to really perform of late. Our best performer, though, is our superstar, faceless man, Asano Udraugo. I don't know how to say it. He's worth an absolute ton. He's 19 years old. He's absolutely brilliant. He won the Golden Boy, you can see here, the most recent season. And you can absolutely see why. He is beyond good. Like, he is, like, I don't know why it says he's only 4 stars. He also should have more. Look at how good he is. He's 19. How does he not have 5-star potential? What's he going to do? Stop growing at 19? He's got 10 years of his career left at the top level, you know? Like, at least, I don't know. Our first choice keeper this season has, of course, been Dennis Simon. Now 20-year-old, we brought him in over the summer. I can't remember what we paid for him. We paid 36 million. He's now worth up to 90 million. And honestly, he looks absolutely insane. He looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't he? Worth absolutely every penny. Nice 11 clean sheets for him. Maybe you could do with a couple more, but I'm not mad at all looking at this. He is absolutely sensational, and I'm over the moon with that purchase. I feel like he's one of those that probably, like, you know when you're in like football manager circles and there's like certain players like Endrick or Sheldrup that end up having like everyone knows about this wonder kid. I feel like he should be one, but I don't actually know a thing about him. So I'm over the moon with him. I think he's absolutely incredible, and we've basically got our goalkeeper for the rest of this career mode that we put on YouTube anyway, that is way too long of a wrap up where I've gone on random tangents that don't matter to anyone except me. Let's get through to our lineup for today's game against PSV, an absolute dead rubber that nobody cares about. Alrighty, so because of basically how little it matters, we're starting, you know, a couple of players that otherwise, if it mattered and if we wanted to definitely make put our best foot forward for winning this game, we wouldn't be playing a couple of them. Basically, it's Bargy and Matthijs Tell. We'd have Callum Mendoza. Anyway, the lineup as a whole is Simon in goals, a back 4 of Maffeo, Simakan, Hincapié and Gutierrez, a midfield pairing of Joan Jordan and Oscar. Attacking midfield, it is Bargy on the right, Ocampos on the left, and Pereiro in behind Matthijs Tell. Not much to say about it other than I'm absolutely ready to go. You can see we've got a number of players who are struggling a bit with fitness and little injuries and fitness tests and things, and it's because January's just been absolutely insane with the Super Cup, with 2 games of the Super Cup, with the Spanish Cup coming in. I think we've had like 4 fixtures or something in the league outside of those. It's just been absolutely nuts. I mean, we had as well the Wolfsburg game in the Champions League. It's weird to see that. Firstly, Eindhoven don't have a coach currently, no manager. Secondly, they've still got Cody Gakpo. We're in 2026. They've still got Gakpo, Maduki, I don't know how to say that, and Xavi Simmons. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Shouldn't they have? Surely those are the 3 players that you think, oh yeah, they'll probably get a move on. Anyway, we are going to absolutely pump fists and tell them that the media's loving them or whatever. I can't remember what it says, but they always seem to absolutely love it. As we head into kickoff here at the Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan Stadium. That's how I decided to say it. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but that's what we'll go with. As we get closer to kickoff, oh god, that's a gorgeous stadium. Just remind you guys to please leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video, how we're going with the team, and what, you know, players we should be looking into. You know, we're 3 or 4 years into the future. Who you think should be good. If there's anything you want me to cover, like if you want me to check out certain teams or players, or you know how other competitions have gone and things like that, let me know, and I'll happily cover them in sort of the wrap up before the game starts. In coming videos, basically. We are now into our last Champions League game of the season. We've screwed the pooch. We've not been good enough, but hey, here we are. We are hoping to put on a good performance. I mean, there's, you know, I think it's £2.3 million or something like that per victory in the Champions League, as well as a nice 800,000. Here's a corner, headed away, 800,000 if you draw. Oh, played back to Maffeo. Maffeo looks left for Oscar. Oscar into the box. Whips it back to Gutierrez across. Malheiro. There we go. It is 1-0. Alberto Malheiro with his 11th goal of the season. Just furthering his record. He's absolutely unreal. He's only 22. And he is, again, he's one that the game doesn't seem to say he has much more potential than he currently has. But he's 22. He's playing lots of first team football at a very high level. And he's absolutely incredible. I don't understand it. We take a 1-0 lead though, 11 minutes in against PSV. You do absolutely love it to see it. We'll hit them with a nice encourage. We're up to 19th. Maybe we will end up getting that, like whatever that second chance saloon thingy is, like the knockout before the knockouts or whatever. The bit where I don't know. We got to it last season. We lost it into Milan. That one. That's the one in the mean. We might end up getting there. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. hopefully we can get the 3 points here and, put ourselves in the best position to get that. And then start planning for next year. I think... Oh, chance here. Oh, for the post header from Ocampos. Good cross in from Maffeo. I think there will be... Basically in the summer, we're going to need to start, I think, spending all of our money. I've actually got £85 million in transfer kitty, I guess, sitting there waiting. I haven't used it because we got a full squad. If someone goes, I'm going to start actually spending, like you've seen with keeper Dennis Simon and also with Matthias Tell. I'm happy to spend money now because we have it. For whatever reason, through, sales like Rafa Mir and Oliver, who we got 40 million for somehow. We're starting to rack up money, and we're going to need to spend it because that's how we're going to get better, basically, because we're not going to, as much as I want to, we're not going to get better just through youth. We're going to need to spend some money. Header there from Hicapié, saved by the keeper Benitez, as we are approaching half time. So over the summer, we'll probably look into replacing whoever goes, but we might end up trying to force some people to go. One of them will be in midfield with Thomas Delaney leaving. Ooh, chance here for Matthias Tell. Yes, get in. I just love seeing him score because I sort of took a punt on him. I didn't know how good he is this FIFA or anything like that, and getting to replace your 39-goal striker at, I think he was 28 years old or something, with a 20-year-old who had, not really been playing regularly. I took a risk, I took a punt. It seems to be going pretty okay in his first season. He got 11 goals. He seems to be improving. He can play off the left wing as well, which sometimes comes in handy. We've had a couple of injuries to, Ocampos was out for a couple of weeks or a few weeks, and then Justin Kluivert's been out as well, so we did need to use him at left wing a couple of times. Here's Ocampos again. Gee, but he's having some first half. He nearly gets us up 3-0 right on the break, but it has been so far a comprehensive performance. Why could we not perform like this against any of these other teams? We will go again with the media giving you lots of credit, because every time I feel like the more that I say this, the more it's probably going to end up getting what's the word? Nerfed or whatever, where they make it less effective, because at this point in time, it's pretty good. It just happens. You say that thing, they're all happy. At least 60% of your team are happy. Highlight here at the start of the second half. Keeper absolutely thumps it long to nobody. Simakan, man, brought that down so chill. Rooney Pargy loses it there, but Maffeo gets it back. Malero now on the ball, loses it again. Good football this. Xavi Simons into Veerman, across the field. Playing out from the back here, PSV. They're probably going to end up, I was going to say lobbing it over the top, but losing it works too. Ocampos in the box. Back to Malero, to Oscar. It is goal number 3? 4? 3? No, goal number 3. There it is. And a goal and assist for Malero. Again, he's just absolutely sensational. It's good to see Oscar scoring as well, because he did have a very slow start of the season. I think by the last video against Valencia, I'm not sure if he had scored yet by that point, but he's now up to 4. And we are absolutely dominating PSV. I mean, I know realistically it is a team that we should be beating, but this is a very comprehensive performance. One shot they've had, we've had 17, up 3-0. It's all going well, isn't it? What happens if I click that? Why is that clickable? Just about 60 minutes in now. We'll look to make some subs shortly. Though really, I mean, the subs that I'd want to make would be, I'd want to bring on Cher and Dur, who's not registered for this competition, he'll have you know. And then, I mean, really, of these subs, what am I going to do? Fran Garcia's been out for, I think he was out for about 6 weeks. He cracked his ribs or something like that. We'll give him a run out. Hopefully he doesn't re-injure himself. Oh, now I'm nervous. And we'll also give Luis Enrique a bit of a run out as well. Why not? Pump those fists. We'll see the game out, even though it seems at this stage like there's not much of hope in that, really. For PSV, I mean. Them coming back into it. Anyway, comprehensive performance. Where has this been against any of the other teams? Like Wolfsburg, we were pretty even with, but I think we were better by some margin. It shouldn't have been as close as it was, really. We shouldn't have been behind for as long as we were. We should have won that game. Up to 75 minutes in, we'll make our last 2 subs. We'll bring on Pozzo for Maffeo, and I want to bring off Malero, but I don't really like any of the options on the bench. So what we're going to do is, Malero can come off for Kluivert, Rooney Bargi's going to play in the middle, and then we're going to put Enrique, so just a bit of a shuffling around. Everybody change places. That'll do us. Oh, I don't know what I clicked then. I think I clicked the wrong one that I didn't mean. Here's a highlight though. No, it's gone. It's gone. Pretend it didn't happen. I just wish we had performed like this against, like against Crystal Palace, against Atalanta, when we just didn't show up for the first half. We're down, literally had conceded 5 goals in a half, which is absolutely ridiculous. Highlight here in the 83rd minute. Luis Enrique on the right, cuts it back to Joan Jordan. Joan Jordan whips one into Rooney Bargi, gets himself 6th goal of the season. Rooney Bargi, this is something I should have covered. He, like, you know how players come to you pissed off with their agent? He came to me saying that he thinks he'll never be good enough to play at this club, which I was like, firstly, I make that decision. I'm your manager. If you're at my club, I've decided that you're good enough. That's how that works. Secondly, go out and play football. If you think you're not good enough, go out and play football. Fix it. Go be better. But since then, he's up to 6 goals this season. He's been absolutely unreal. Another highlight here, 89 minutes in. Kluivert, Hincapié. Oh, suspicion of offside. I'd love it to be a goal because I'm not sure Hincapié has scored yet. But I'm not entirely confident. What is the call? It's a goal. It is a goal for Piero Hincapié. I believe it is his first goal for the club. Don't quote me on that. I mean, I don't know why you would, but don't quote me on it. Anyway, it's a nice goal. I mean, the most comprehensive of victories. Hopefully, as I said earlier, putting ourselves very much in the best position to nab one of those like qualification spots or whatever you call them in this new Champions League format. Dele Alli scoring for PSG. Did you all see that? Was that real? Okay, this is a detour. Usually I'd go to like the end of the whatever, but Dele Alli legitimately is playing for PSG. He like playing regularly too. Like he's played 18 games in the league, starting 14 of them. They paid £44 million for him. He came back from Besiktas. He'd had a great time at Besiktas. He came back to Everton, had a decent time in the Premier League, and now he's gone to PSG and he's having a whale of a time. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for today's video. I'm stunned. I don't even know what to say. I mean, and like the 5-0 was stunning enough, but Dele Alli playing for PSG and scoring and playing, well, this is looking at a really weird timeline. Next video, guys, we will come back for the end of the season. I'm just going to, again, just go all the way to the end of the season. I know that's 4 months and I'm going to spend a lot of time at this desk between now and Sunday getting through all of that. With a career like this, I just think it's important to get through things, get to the exciting parts and the growth and the, you know, new players and stuff coming in, you know, and getting to the point where players who were once, like Alberto Malero, players who were once 19 are now 24, 25. They are absolutely stunning players. They're world-class sort of thing. And that's what I want to get to. So we're going to be moving through pretty quickly. So we're going to come back for the final day against Atletico Madrid, which is not ideal. Hopefully, we've reeled in Real Madrid and overtaken them enough that this match doesn't matter. Or, I mean, less so I'd like for this just not to matter. So either way, I don't want it to matter, ideally, but wouldn't be the first time we've needed a result on the final day, so who knows. Anyway, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Make sure you do leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video, what you think of the series, all that sort of stuff. And until next time, when we go again, as we see out Season 4, peace.